Subramaniam, great to have you on ET Now today. And what a budget it turned out to be, and what a Saturday, right? Tell me, what were the key bullet points that stuck by with you from the budget this time?
Thank you very much for inviting me. Yeah, I've had a all-nighter here watching the budget, in Washington D.C. And I think there are a few aspects that are really worth mentioning. As I tweeted just after the budget, I did a quick analysis of the impact of the personal income tax rate cut on overall consumption and thereby on GDP. I think this is an aspect that is quite important. I think unlike, for instance, infrastructure, where the impact of that persists over many years, the impact of a personal income tax rate cut, which actually affects consumption, will be there for this year. But I think that impact is going to be large. And for the benefit of the viewers, I can sort of take the viewers through the calculations. Overall, the finance minister mentioned that there will be basically about a 1 lakh crore revenue that is foregone, and that is directly in the hands of the middle class. Middle class savings has been about around 18%. If you approximate it to 20%, that means 80% of this will actually be spent. We economists use what is called the consumption multiplier, because this multiplier happens because when I spend, money reaches you, Tamanna, and from there to others actually, and that's how the sort of the chain proceeds. So the consumption multiplier is given by the reciprocal of the savings rate, and that's about 5. So we can expect overall increase in consumption to be about 5 lakh crores, and that's about 4.8% of the overall consumption in real terms, actually, if using the GDP numbers provided with the advanced estimates, and that's about 2.7% of GDP. So I think if we take, even if let's say around without this tax rate cut, let's say the consumption increase would have been about 5.5%. We're looking at about 10% increase in consumption. That will be something that will spur investment a lot, and I think can really help in the virtuous cycle. I think there'll be an impact on GDP as well, because the GDP estimate has been 6.3% on the bottom, on the lower side. If you add that 2.7%, we are actually looking at 9%. Even if we allow for some overestimation, I think we can be, I can be very confident that we'll get a growth rate closer to 8%, definitely more than 7%, and that is certainly good news. Apart from that, I think there are a few other very important aspects. I think the national manufacturing mission, with a focus on clean tech, for instance, lithium-ion batteries, the solar PV cells, the electric vehicle components, the emphasis on nuclear energy, about 100 gigawatts through nuclear energy, the MSMEs, both through their basically expanding their the definition so that they can grow, and provisions for financing, the Atal innovation missions actually for enhancing innovation, the national centers for skilling. All these are, I think, very, very useful. Also the deep tech startup ecosystem fund of funds. I think these are all, when you put it together with also what was announced in the July budget, the 1 lakh crore for innovation, and already the ANRF, which was announced when I was part of government, actually has been implemented. I think when you put it all together, India is actually investing a lot for the new ecosystem economy, actually focusing on innovation and entrepreneurship, and I think that is something that is very good news.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.